Do you want that small town walkable feel without a major commute? You should think about Hopkins. I'm Mary Schumann. I'm a realtor here in the Twin Cities, and if you're interested in learning about different neighborhoods, life in the Twin Cities, and what is going on in the real estate market here, you should think about subscribing to my channel because that is exactly what I talk about. If you have questions, I would love to hear from you, so drop a comment, send me an email, or give me a call. My contact information is down below this video, and while you're there, you can pop into the description box and check out the free downloads that I have available for you as well. If you like a small town feel with easy access to all of the things that the city has to offer, as well as access to all the joys of the more rural areas outside of the immediate metro, Hopkins might be the place for you. Hopkins, Minnesota seems to fly under the radar. It has a tendency to be overlooked because it is a bit of a small town tucked into a 4 square mile pocket, and it's surrounded by the larger, more well-known suburbs of Minnetonka, St. Louis Park, and Edina. Note the pronunciation of Edina if you're not from here. Hopkins sits just west of Minneapolis. It's a small suburb with only about 18,000 people, and it's part of Hennepin County in Minnesota. I have done a lot of videos highlighting different suburbs in the Twin Cities metro. Some of them are circled here on this map, but you should check out my neighborhoods and suburbs playlist for more. I'll link to that at the end of the video, and you can check it out when you're done watching this one. All right, a little bit of Hopkins history. By the 1920s, growing raspberries had become a really big business for Hopkins area farmers, and it's estimated that at one time, Hopkins had over 800 acres planted just in raspberries. Most of them were used for fresh market consumption, and it became known as the raspberry capital of the world. Hopkins still celebrates the raspberry, although now it is far from being a farming community. The street signs all have the little raspberry logo on them, and they still hold a raspberry festival every year. Commuting from Hopkins is easy by car. It's only 3 miles to the border of Minneapolis as it is, but driving to downtown takes about 20 minutes via 394 or about 24 minutes to the MSP airport via 494. One of the main things that I love about Hopkins is the adorable downtown area. It still has that great historic feel. It's a walkable city with sidewalks everywhere, not all that common in the suburbs here. The sidewalks are in the city center and they go throughout the neighborhoods. These neighborhoods have a lot of pretty older homes in neighborhoods that are branching out from the Mainstreet area. Mainstreet itself is lined with shops and restaurants. The local library, post office, and city hall are all in the town center, as well as the Hopkins Center for the Arts. I'm showing you quite a bit of the downtown because I want you to know that there are more than just one block of businesses. There's lots of restaurants, lots of shops, and right off the side of this are all of the neighborhoods. So if you hang in here, I'm going to show you the homes next. Okay, Hopkins is not Chicago, but when I look at this video and see the businesses below and the loft condos above, it does give me that feel. And you may not love Chicago, but I did. Right off the side of this, though, are single family homes. So there is a really good mix of both. I'm just going to note that this is really quite a selection of businesses for a downtown in a place that only has 18,000 residents. I mean, this is a small area. Hopkins has a great mix of housing, including single-family homes and newer condos that are close to downtown and transportation. The homes in Hopkins are not mansions, although there are some few larger historic homes that may be a little bit more on the expensive side. But most homes, the median home price in Hopkins in July 2021 is only $3,000 above the Twin Cities median as a whole. And that is actually remarkable for the location of this town and everything that it has to offer. I mean, come on, this place is so cute. So speaking of transportation, Hopkins Station is right on what will be the newly expanded light rail line. So you'll be able to get in and out of Minneapolis or to more of the western suburbs as well. Lots of construction around that and the southern portion of the Cedar Lake Trail, which runs right alongside it now. But once this is completed, it should be a real asset to the people that live in Hopkins and want to get downtown or to the airport without driving their car. All right, so shopping. Well, there is a market in the city of Hopkins. It isn't a giant supermarket. So if you want to do a bigger shop or you have a preference for one of the larger chain supermarkets like Lunds & Byerly's or Cub, or if you want to get to a specialty store like Whole Foods, you'll have to do that outside of the city of Hopkins. The surrounding suburbs are very close and you probably won't be inconvenienced much at all to drive to a neighboring town for groceries. But it's not just groceries that might require a trip to a neighboring town. Because of its small size and easy proximity to its neighbors, Hopkins residents share a lot of the amenities offered by nearby suburbs. For example, residents of Hopkins use and get resident discounts at Shady Oak Beach. It's a park in Minnetonka, and I stopped over there and I was so impressed. It looks like a really great place to spend an afternoon. You can play in the water. They have an amazing inflatable obstacle course that looks like so much fun. And if you have little kids, there's a playground and areas geared that way as well. In addition to the beach and lake, there's a really nice outdoor dining area so you can come and have fun, pack a picnic, or order food at the concession stand and really just spend the whole day there. There are options to pay by the day, or you can buy a season pass. Other nearby parks include Lone Lake Park, which is also in Minnetonka. It has tennis and pickleball courts, playgrounds, sports fields, picnic areas, basketball courts, and trails. Hopkins has several regional parks that actually run directly through it, and they're easy to access. So if you enjoy biking, rollerblading, or walking, you are in luck. There are 4 rail trail connections in Hopkins, including 2 branches of the Cedar Lake Trail, the Lake Minnetonka Regional Trail, which I just did an out and back ride on this one a couple of weeks ago. It's 30 relatively flat miles past some gorgeous lake views, Lake Minnetonka, and through some of the most affluent areas of the Twin Cities metro. Think about doing that one. And then lastly, the Minnesota Bluffs Trail, which is approximately a 10-mile section of aggregate trail that runs south of Lake Minnetonka out to Chanhassen and Chaska. If you live in Bloomington or you just want to bike the south section of the metro, you can get on the 9 Mile Creek Regional Trail, which is a combination of segregated bike trail and some lanes that are on streets, but it connects from Bloomington and possibly further east, I haven't really looked into it, through Richfield, Edina, Minnetonka, and then up to Hopkins and joins onto the Bluffs Trail. I have ridden this one before as well, and there are points that I found less than well marked, so it's good to have your phone with you for GPS. The official tally on that one is about 14.6 miles each way, but if you get lost and wander, you can really up your mileage. Good times when you're tired or not. Hopkins schools are ranked highly on niche.com with an A+ rating, but as I always mention, make sure you do your own homework, meet with the administrators, take a tour of the school, make sure that that school is right for your child. Everyone is different. Even though Hopkins is smaller, the district boundaries kind of weave their way through several of the neighboring suburbs, and there are some kids that live in pockets of Plymouth, Edina, Eden Prairie, St. Louis Park, and Minnetonka that may attend Hopkins schools. So you're going to want to pay attention to district boundaries. But I have also done a video on open enrollment in schools in Minnesota. I'll link that. It's kind of a nice thing to have if you want to send your kid out of district to another school. Open enrollment is not guaranteed, but it's an option, and I just like to tell people about it. So a video from me would not be complete if I did not let you know where you can get your eye candy, aka books. Hopkins has a great library, and it's right downtown where you can easily bike or walk to it. It's part of the Hennepin County Library System, and it is one of the 41 branches in that system. So if you want a book, they can get it for you. Hennepin County has a really impressive budget for books. I've been looking for the actual number, and I don't want to spit one out that I remember, which was insanely high, but I just remember my jaw hitting the floor, followed by a little green envy thing that's shooting out my eyeballs. But then I realized, you know what? I can read those books. I live in Hennepin County. The Hennepin County Library System has recently done completely away with fines too, so yay! All right. I like to end my videos on the chicken note. People love chickens, but chickens are recently permitted in Hopkins. As of August 2020, you are now allowed to have chickens in Hopkins. And fences are allowed as well. Heights may vary depending on where the fence is placed. Typically, it's about 4 feet in the front, 6 in the back, but you should stop by the Hopkins website. It is a very nice source of information for just about any question you can think of regarding the day-to-day details of living in Hopkins. If Hopkins is in the running for you, I strongly recommend that you check out that website. It is hopkinsmn.com. All right, that's all I have. Thanks for watching.